Hello everyone. This video is just a brief overview of the difference between English 98 and English 101. You will see on directions for assignments, on occasional emails, there may be mention of English 98. And so I wanted to make that clear what exactly that is, just in case you have any questions about it. So this is an English 101 class, but there are English 98 students embedded within this class. Those students are not really any different from 101, just how they got into the class is a little bit different. So an English 98 student can get into English 101 a couple of ways. The first is simply the placement test. You all took the placement test at some point. It is a tool to help you figure out where you should go. Those students that are just a few points off from making it into 101, we let them take 101 as an English 98 student. That way we're not holding them back because if you're that close, you're probably going to be successful in 101. So that's the first way. The other way is simply from their previous course. They could have taken an English class previously on the campus, and depending on what their grade was in that class, determined if what level they went to next. So an English 98 student may have actually passed their previous class and did just fine, and now they're going to take English 98, hopefully earn the 101 credit so that they can move on. Now, what I mean by earning 101 credit is literally English 98 students have the opportunity throughout the term to work at the 101 level. If they work at the 101 level, then they actually get 101 credit and are done with their 101 requirement at the end of the term, which is amazing. It's fantastic. It's an type of opportunity we really want students to have. We don't want anyone to have to take extra time when they don't need it. So any English 98 student can handle the work of 101, or you wouldn't have been registered into the class, or they wouldn't have been placed in here, all right? So the idea is that the only difference, and again, this is, the best way to think about it, is that there's just a minor difference on requirements for the major essays. You're going to see on, and not just essays, our major writing projects, I should say. So you're going to see that the directions will have like English 98 and then English 101 occasionally, all right? Anytime where you see those differences, if you're English 101, you always just work to the English 101 requirements, all right? If you're 98, you want to aim for those 101 requirements. But if for some reason you don't quite get there, the 98 requirements is kind of like a fail-safe. So everyone that is registered as a 98 student should be working to the 101 requirements. That's your goal. It's not to have to take additional classes that you may not need. Push yourself, because it's amazing how much students can improve and how strong they can get in one term if they really work at it. So there isn't any reason for a 98 student to not try for 101. There isn't any penalties if he doesn't quite make it. There is nothing that gets in the way. And that's the biggest sort of message that I wanted to give, is if you're a 98 student, work at that 101 level. And again, if you're 101 students, you just work at the 101 level anyways. So as we go through the course, when the grading happens, there will be two different rubrics. There'll be an English 98 rubric and an English 101 rubric. Again, any 101 student's always going to work to the 101 rubric. 98 students should also work to the 101 rubric, and the 98 rubric is just there in case it just quite isn't there on the writing level yet. So the difference in the writing levels, the easiest way to think about it is the complexity. English 98 students are not bad writers. It just may not be as complex as what we want it to be for the 101 level. That's really the only difference. So, and I say only, and it sounds like it's simple, but it's really a difficult thing to do in writing, to have complexity, and it's something that everyone will be working on this term. So I just wanted to introduce that a little bit, give you an idea about how that works. I didn't want the terms to be confusing to anyone or anything like that. And again, for those of you in 101, you're really not going to know the difference. You can't really tell the difference between a 98 and 101 student most of the time. I wanted to clarify for the sake of seeing those different terms. I don't want it to be confusing. So have a wonderful term. Any questions about how this works, feel free to send me a message. And if not, have a great day.